Everyone, it's Norma, and it is that time of the month again. It is time for what I have been burning in the month of August, or basically my candle empties. Um, and I kind of did a pretty good job of not having quite so many empties as you guys are used to seeing from me. Oh, guess who that is? You want to say hi, Mambo? So even though I have a lot of candles to get through, I was pretty good at, you know, kind of limiting the amount I had to burn because of, just time and maintenance issues. Now, I should really call this like part one because I do have a few candles going that haven't quite finished up yet, but I need to get these out of the house right now. So, when those finish, and there's only a handful of them, one, two, three for sure, that will finish before the end of the month, maybe a couple more. So what I'll do is after I, film this video, I'm just going to save it, and then I'll add on to the end instead of doing two separate videos, which sometimes I do if I have a lot of empties. But I don't have that many that I feel I need to do two videos. So, what do we got going here? The theme basically, was, kind of fresh in most of the rooms. I did basically a cucumber melon type thing in my main room. And so, first off, we'll start with these 3 wicks from Yankee Candle. These are ones that I purchased at Burlington Coat Factory a couple years ago. And with these 3 wicks, they do take a while to pull out the first couple burns. So you want to make sure you got plenty of time for the first couple burns. After that, I had no issues with them burning whatsoever. The 3 wicks, throw fairly well too. Both of these burnt really well. So no issues there. Like I said, just make sure you have time. Now, on the other hand, I went through 2 garden cucumbers, and these are just horrible burns. I don't know if I have any more of these left. I think I may have one, perhaps, but the scent is great, and even though the burn was awful, it still had a decent throw. I had 2 of them going in my large room, and I could smell it when I was in the vicinity, but they did not have the right kind of wick. These wicks were too thin for this jar, and it tunneled like crazy. I had to cut significant wax out twice, and it was just starting to come around, but, it's almost at the end. It's like, you know what, I am just tired of you. I want to move on. I worked too hard to try to get a wax pull. Never really ever got a wax pull complete on the garden cucumber. So even though it's a great scent, if I come across it again at the outlet, I'll probably pass it up. I know I could cut this out and throw it in the warmer, but like I said, I'm done with it. It was a good scent though. Okay, what next? Okay, sparkling pear Riesling. I went through 2 of these, and this is from last year. I did have some issues with, one of the wicks on both of them going out. Probably my fault because I always trim them way too short because I don't want soot. Okay, so that's it with the cucumber melon type thing. I also had votives going, but I don't really, do empties on my votives. In the bedroom, I wanted something different than my usual suspects, and I was kind of starting to want to get into the fall mood, but it was still August and it was the 90s. So I ended up doing some kind of like an herbal cologne type of vibe. So this is Colonial Candle Paris River Seine. This is a discontinued scent, although you may be able to still find some of the melts online, I'm not sure. And this is just like a cologne-y. like a watery cologne scent, not too much cologne. It's definitely got water notes in it. It's a nice scent. You know, I actually liked it. So I had two of them going because these are the little 3.5 ounce. And it was enough to scent my bedroom, but it was more like a background scent. And I actually had it going with this big candle that you see in the back. Let's see if I can reach it. This was from the same collection, the Paris collection. This is Parisian Cafe that you can see I picked up at Home Goods. And $9.99, people. This was a couple years ago. And this is like, it's kind of like a mixture. It's like an herbal with floral, with a hint of cologne. It was just kind of what I was in the mood for. And I was burning this candle, the Paris, with, or I should say Paris Parisian Cafe, with the Paris Seine. And I was also burning with it Yankee Candle's Enchanted Garden, which is a repackage of their Evening Air candle, which is still going. It's like probably only halfway done right now. So the combination was nice because it was kind of like a watery, woodsy, a hint of cologne, but not too much, with a little bit of, you know, kind of a floral herbal vibe. So it was working for me. Oh, I lied. I thought I said I was done with the cucumber stuff, but as you can see, I'm not. I also went through two of these Colonial candles. As you can see, except for a handful of candles, I did mostly 2 wicks. Cucunber Frasca. This is one that I discovered, I believe it was last year, and I was crazy over it last year. This year, I was like, I wasn't sure if I liked it quite so much, but once it got going, I liked it again. I had 2 of them going at the same time as the Garden Cucumber and the HoneyDew Melon, and you know, it did pretty well. You know, almost a good clean burn. You know, a little bit of residue, a little bit of soot toward the very end because I started to get careless with my wicks because I wanted it to finish. But it had good wicks. You know, it's one of those, the black cold there, not that dreaded red cold where we have wick issues. So all in all, it was a great performing candle. It was a decent thrower. It wasn't like super strong because I did have it burning in my big room and I could smell it, but it was kind of more, like I said, like a background scent. Okay, next up we have Bay Breeze, and I mean, this is a classic from Yankee. It is the ultimate sea air scent. I had this one going in my hall bathroom, and it, you know, I could definitely smell it in the bathroom. It spilled out a little bit in the hallway. I think last year I had 2 of these going in my computer room, and you know, so it's not super strong because I did need 2 in a, you know, medium-sized bedroom, but this year I just did 1 in the bathroom and it was perfectly fine. And this is, I know some people were saying that you know, this came out as a treasure this year, and people were saying that it had kind of a metallic taste to it. Mine was a 2011 pour, so I had no issues with that. It was just a beautiful salty sea air scent. And in case you're wondering how to tell what year, you just look at those first 2 numbers there, 11. I wonder what my garden cucumbers were. Oh, these were also 2011. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the year. I'm bad. I told you guys wrong. 2015. Right there, 2015. Let's see what this one was. Can I see it? 2015. Okay. So then I did a Goose Creek. This is in one of their decorative tumblers that they came out with last summer. and this was in the scent Sea Petals. And it was just kind of like a light, floral, musky type of scent. Kind of like, almost like a body care type of scent. It was pretty. I wasn't in love with it, but it was nice. It looked pretty in the bathroom burning. I had another Goose Creek candle. This one is in the scent Old Time Lemonade. I had this burning on my kitchen stove, and this was perfection, except for, yeah, some soot. This is, I believe this is one of the very first orders I placed with Goose Creek, and I don't know how to tell their years or anything. So, I got this one a couple years ago, or 3 years ago maybe, when I first started with Goose Creek, because I'm pretty sure it was with the very first order I placed with them. And, they did have some wick issues back then. Now, I have to say, for the most part, I had no issues with this whatsoever until the end. And I think it was probably more my fault with not keeping the wicks trimmed to the nub. I do with all my Goose Creeks, even pretty much the new ones now, keep those wicks trimmed super, super short. Okay. And almost last but not least, I burnt 2 of these Aquiesse candles in the scent Riojas, which is basically Rioja, which is basically a repackage of their, I think it's red currant, or else they have another candle that's a dupe of this one. Then that one's a different name, but basically it's a red currant type of scent. And, like I said, I got a bunch of these from Home Goods when they were on clearance. And, I have honestly not been having much luck. They've been really kind of light. This was one of the stronger ones, though, so I liked it.